We had no idea how many. After our very first story aired on KQED Public Radio about an abandoned car on Mount Tamalpais, listeners wrote to tell us how thrilled they were to learn the answer to a question that they'd long wondered about. Hundreds of new questions poured in overnight. Why are there ships buried beneath San Francisco? Where did the word hella come from? Why are BART trains so loud? That's when I knew Bay Curious was onto something. Over the years, that small radio series grew into a hugely popular weekly podcast. And in making it, we've met countless people, longtime Bay Area residents, newcomers, and visitors alike, who all share one thing in common: an insatiable love for learning about this captivating region. Somewhere along the way, we lost count of precisely how many questions we've answered. One thing's for sure, by now, the number is up there in the thousands. We've got so much curiosity to share that we've kept expanding the project, creating in-depth online articles, deep dive videos, a newsletter, and a live event series. And now, we bring you the Bay Curious book. In here, you'll find some of our very favorite stories from the podcast, plus a plethora of brand new tales crafted just for this book. As always, every one of these stories is based on a question that came to us from the public. It's a book made with you and for you. A true collective, curious effort. And I hope you enjoy it. People. On Ohlone Land, the First Bay Area Locals, by Daniel Potter, Asal Ahsanpour, and Olivia Allen Price. In the 18th century, the area from the lower Napa Valley to South Monterey County was one of the most densely populated Native American territories in North America. About 40,000 people belonged to some 40 tribes settled in permanent villages, beside creeks, in lush grasslands and forests, and near the ocean. Euro-American colonizers lumped these distinct tribes into one group and called them Costanoan. Now they're commonly called the Ohlone. There are a few ideas about where the term Ohlone came from. Sometimes people will say that it comes from the name of one of the smaller nations, said Vincent Medina, an Ohlone activist and chef. But we have another explanation for that in our family here in the East Bay. We believe it comes from the Miwok term, which means people of the West. 18th century life for the Ohlone. Though each Ohlone tribe held its own territory, they had similarities in their culture, religion, language, and diet. Native Californians ate a diversity of plants, fish, birds, and animals, said Alan Leventhal, a retired San Jose State University archaeologist and anthropologist who has been working with several Ohlone tribes since 1980 as a tribal ethnohistorian. They hunted deer, antelope, and elk. Fishing was also important to them. Sturgeon in the bay, and steelhead and salmon runs in the river. Shellfish were on the menu too, and remnants of mussels, clams, and oysters have been found in archaeological sites. What they wore depended on the season, occasion, and ceremonial circumstance. You might find women wearing aprons made from tule reeds and deer skin. Many tattooed their chins with dotted designs or parallel lines. Men often went unclothed, though in the winter they draped themselves in cloaks made of rabbit skins or sea otter pelts. They also wore headdresses adorned with feathers for ceremonial occasions. Families lived in round homes built from a variety of materials, most often tule reeds or tree bark. Elite families had larger homes measuring as much as 20 feet across. Some villages also had a ceremonial structure called a tu'upentak, big enough to hold hundreds of people. These came in handy during multi-tribe gatherings to trade goods, make economic and military alliances, or hold religious ceremonies. Like tribes throughout Central and Northern California, the Ohlone practiced kuksu, a religion characterized by ritualistic dances, song, prayer, reenactments of creation time, intertribal feasts, and commemoration of ancestors. Religion itself varied because there were men's songs and dances, and there were women's songs and dances, said Leventhal. There were men healers, and there were women healers. Shell mounds would also have been an important part of many Ohlone villages. At one point, more than 400 stood around the Bay Area. The human-constructed mounds of earth and organic matter